The air on Mars smelled like recycled dreams and ozone. Inside Ares Colony 3, it was a constant, metallic tang that Elara, at 13, rarely even noticed anymore. It was the scent of safety of her entire, short life. Outside the thick, triple-paned viewport, the Martian afternoon was a perpetual, muted dusk. The sky was the color of old rust, and the ground, stretching out to the horizon, was a violent, uncompromising crimson. Elara's life was dictated by the soft hum of the environmental regulators and the bright, artificial sunlight of the dome. Her favorite place was the hydroponics lab, a humid, warm sanctuary where the air was heavy with the honest, earthly scent of basil and mint. She wasn't allowed to wander the tunnels alone. Not yet, but the lab's high walls of glowing purple nutrient tanks felt like her own personal jungle. Elara, the synthesized voice of the Hab AI, dubbed Oracle, chirped, "You have 15 minutes until low-gravity physical training. Please report to the gymnasium." "Acknowledged, Oracle," Elara murmured, carefully clipping a large, fragrant basil leaf. She tucked it into the pocket of her insulated gray uniform, a small, forbidden luxury. Life in the colony was predictable, organized, and utterly sterile. Every meal was a 3D printed paste optimized for Martian conditions. Every lesson was projected onto her retinal display. But Elara craved the unpredictable. She dreamed of the archived videos her father, a geologist, showed her of Earth, the blinding green of forests, the chaotic blue of oceans, the sound of rain. That night, after the dome's main LED array dimmed into the simulated Martian night, a soft, orange glow, Elara initiated her silent ritual. She slipped into the equipment bay, her heart thumping a soft rhythm against the steady thump hiss of the air filtration system. Her father's survey suit, designated Vanya 01, was too big, but she knew the locking mechanisms and the pressure checks by heart. It felt heavy, comforting, and deeply wrong, all at once. Securing the helmet, she watched her breath fog the visor, then clear. The voice in her ear wasn't Oracle. It was her own.
"Check."
She entered the airlock. The first door sealed with a deep, resonant clunk that vibrated through her suit. Pressure dropped in the chamber, a dizzying, internal pop in her eardrums. When the outer door finally hissed open, revealing the immense, star-pricked sky and the desolate landscape, Elara felt the familiar rush of exhilaration and terror. She was outside. She was 100% alone on Mars. Under the cold, pale light of Phobos, the surface was breathtaking. Elara had attached a small, magnetized rover to the soles of her boots for stability, giving her a slightly increased sense of weight against the planet's weak gravity. Each step was a graceful, floating maneuver that kicked up fine, reddish dust that hung in the void like fog. Her father's research coordinates led her a few kilometers north of the dome, toward the edge of an ancient, cracked canyon. The colonists rarely explored here. The geological risks were too high. After 20 minutes of silent, rhythmic walking, she's reached the coordinate. It wasn't a structure or a rock. It was a scar in the landscape, a dark, perfectly round opening. An old lava tube, carved out millions of years ago when Mars was still warm and alive. Elara's flashlight beam cut through the absolute darkness. The air inside the tube was trapped, ancient and still. As she maneuvered her way down the slope, her light hit something spectacular. The walls weren't rock. They were lined with massive, perfect crystals. Not quartz, but a formation her father had only theorized a